Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we have a video with Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson. And Jordan Peterson is talking about how the carnivore diet was the secret to healing his body. Let's check it out.
So, but let's go back to this. So the meat diet, the all meat diet, you lost weight, and that alone, getting rid of excess body fat, it oftentimes will help with a lot of things. But also, you eliminated all these inflammatory foods.
I seem to have recovered from all the inflammatory conditions. So I had very bad gum disease, which is not good for your cardiovascular
You hear that a
system,
lot.
What is gum disease? What do you mean?
Well, your gums recede and they bleed, and it happens when people age. That's the theory. But and I had 3 surgeries to control it because your gums will recede all the way, and then you lose your teeth. It's like it's not good. And plus, you're way more likely to have heart trouble because of it, because it indicates a systemic infection.
Yeah.
And so I had that for like 20 years, and that's incurable, and it's completely gone.
Completely gone, meaning
You find out a lot that these so-called incurable diseases actually go away on carnivore. I've heard other people, quite a few people actually, who've had this same thing, gum disease, that's fixed it. Yeah, let's keep watching.
the gums came back?
No, because they never quite grow back, but there's no inflammation and no bleeding. That's all gone, and no irritation.
Interesting.
So that's interesting. I had psoriasis, and that's gone, and I had peripheral uveitis, which caused my right eye to be full of floaters because there's inflammation on the bottom producing like tissue production, and that would fill the aqueous liquid in my eye, and I could see all these floaters all the time, and that's pretty much gone completely. And I lost 50 pounds in 7 months. Now I weigh exactly what I weighed when I was 23, and I don't have an ounce of excess body fat, and I'm what else? The sides of my legs were quite numb for like 2 decades.
Sides of your legs were numb?
Yeah.
Were you having back pain?
No.
No back pain?
No.
Not at all?
No back pain. But that went away. So now they were hard. They got hard and rigid and kind of old, because you see that in older people, that their muscles start to rigidify and so forth, and that's all gone completely. It's completely flexible again. And so
the benefits from Jordan Peterson just now, like in 2 minutes, he's listed off like 5 incredible benefits, incredible autoimmune diseases that were completely solved. Unbelievable. Psoriasis, you see that a lot. The thing about his legs, I haven't really heard much about, but that's pretty incredible. He said it was something that's in people who are older, so it seems to be reversing aging even. I think a lot of people do feel a lot younger mentally and physically because they're actually able to do things again on the carnivore diet, and that's exactly what Jordan Peterson saw.
And you've been on this diet now for
5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's just meat?
Yes. Although there were times when I was eating some other things, but that didn't seem to work very well. So
What other things were you trying?
low carb vegetables, primarily.
Like greens, mushrooms? Did you eat mushrooms?
No, it's
tubers?
mostly.
You see a lot of people try that as well, like they want to eat that low carb green. So a lot of people on a keto diet, they'll be eating those low carb greens, and also a lot of avocado and things like that. That's good, but I think you actually find that there's not that much benefit to eating those greens, because the nutrition, you can already get a lot of those vitamins and minerals from meat, and then also they're kind of riddled with anti-nutrients in those vegetables as well. So I've met quite a few people that have done that more paleo style approach, where they a bit lower carb, but they also have a lot of avocados and vegetables, and their body becomes full of these plant toxins, especially oxalates, and that can cause oxalate dumping. On our video recently, when we interviewed Annabelle, she talked about her experience with oxalate dumping and how it was such a horrible experience after eating an incredible amount of spinach and kale and those other low-carb greens. Really important to note.
The greens.
Any fruit?
Some, yeah. I miss fruit a lot. I miss a lot of things, but c'est la vie.
So when you introduced fruit, that was an issue?
When I was still really sick in August, and I was eating some more things because I thought, oh Christ, I'm so goddamn sick that I don't care. I'm going to get something positive somewhere.
Right.
So I started to eat some other foods, but my daughter convinced me to stop that entirely again, and another number of other things happened, and I started to feel better. Like the day in the mornings when I woke up for like 2 years, it took me like 4 or 5 hours before I could stand up.
Wow.
Like it was,
And
it
this
was
is-
awful.
Yeah, I think people can relate to that experience. Even me personally, I've noticed that when I ate carbs, it's harder to get out of bed. I know this sounds crazy, but I think it's genuinely harder to get out of bed. I'd want to sleep for as long as possible because I was probably tired and my body doesn't have the nutrients it needs, and just having too many carbs as well. But I wouldn't want to get up in the morning. But now on Carnivore, you wake up and you almost want to get out of bed, you know? That change, and what he's talked about there, 4 to 5 hours, couldn't stand up. That changes your life incredibly. So this is awesome, man.
This is coming off of benzodiazepine.
It's hard to say. I don't know what happened because, like I said, I was sick when I started taking them.
So do you think a lot
Now,
of this
certainly
is
going
pressure?
off them was. I really don't know, Joe. You know, when you get sick and you don't know what it is, you actually don't know.
But it seems
my
like
mom,
stress,
my mother,
right?
and my mother and my sister were worried when I decided to go on tour again. And we decided to plan this tour back when I was still literally so sick I couldn't stand up, and we thought we're going to live like this is going to come to an end. So we planned this tour. My mother and sister were quite worried about it because they thought that the last tour, was part of what stressed me out. But I don't believe that. I really liked it. Like I thought it was a really affirming experience, and like it was intense. But I'm not interested in sitting around, relaxing. I don't even know how to do that really. Even if I have time off, I don't relax. Like
Well, enjoyment and stress, they're often the same thing.
not if you're doing what you love.
But even if
I know
if
it
you're
can be
doing
too
what you
much.
love,
Yeah, but what do you do
there's-
instead? What do you do instead? Like I relax. What does that mean? I have a pontoon boat. I go out on my lake. We look at the sunset. I love that.
I'm not saying you should do anything different,
I know.
but I'm saying physiologically, enjoyment and stress often come hand to hand
Yeah.
because some of the things that you enjoy doing are challenging, and challenging things create physiological stress.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video about Jordan Peterson talking about his carnivore diet. I think there's some really good insights there, and the transformation he's had is incredible. The thing about Jordan Peterson is he's pretty honest. I think when he does also talk about the negatives of the carnivore diet in other videos, which I will react to later. But yeah, I think his story is incredible. How he went from in a really down bad situation. This guy couldn't even stand up. He was that sick. And then just through diet, through nutrition, not through punching a bunch of medication, was able to get through this. I think it was seriously incredible, and I'd love it if you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends to get this message out there. If you want to check out another video, check it out there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.